Going down. Hey there, what do you say there, world? Welcome to the Racers Recap. We are here talking Survivor Ghost Island, episode 5, or depending on how you look at it, if the first episode was 1 and 2, or if it was just one double episode. Anyway, Mama C!
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How's everything?
It is going well. It is going well.
We're getting Mama C's
Especially when we get to talk about more Survivor stuff.
Mama C's house tour going on in the background.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, we'll get to Durham Warriors. I was told about Durham Warriors. How is that? You've done it, I guess?
Oh my God. It is so fabulous. It is
So
so fabulous.
some of the people that have built like tasks on Survivor or built tasks that are exactly like Survivor, and you get to play they're similar tasks than you would on the island, right?
It is like it's no joke. It is tough. Seriously.
So you've done both. How does it compare? Is it the closest thing to Survivor that somebody could do without playing the game?
The closest thing to Survivor, absolutely, without playing the game, is Durham. 100%.
That's so cool. So everybody look them up. I've heard nothing but great things about them, the Durham Warriors. Check it out. A lot of survivors have done it, and there's a lot of fans that are in it. So you get to
Yeah,
be around some cool people, you raise some money for a good charity, and you have a great time.
exactly. It's no longer in Durham. It's in a different location, but it's been posted on my website a couple of times. So yeah, people can go check it out there.
All right, so let's get to it. We'll start with the reward challenge. Coffee. Oh, wait, this is
No.
no, there was no reward. That's episode 5. That's why I said it's
Yeah.
episode. I say it's episode 6. They say it's episode 5. Whatever. It's called Fate is a Homie. The the reward challenge was a drop your buffs.
So that was a drop your buffs and find your new tribe and figure it out. So some people got a new life and some people were like, uh-oh.
So hold on. They didn't really play a challenge at all. You just go there, switch tribes, and then you leave.
You go there, you drop your buffs, and you leave because remember they went from 2 to 3 tribes. So one of those tribes have had to start from scratch building a shelter.
So there was gonna not wasn't gonna be a lot of time. They wanted to save time, so they weren't even gonna do a reward. They just focused on the 3 teams.
Exactly. And some people got a reward because if you actually went from one island to the next,
Yeah, it was a
they
huge
had
reward.
comfort, they had coffee, they had all sorts of things, which we saw in the episode.
Yeah, Malolo, the new Malolo got Angela, Desiree, James, Kaylin, and Michael. The new Navidi got Bradley, Chelsea, Dominic, Donathan, and Libby, which I think that's going to be the most interesting tribe. And the third tribe is Yanuya. It has what? Chris, Jenna, Laurel, Sebastian, and Wendell, which I think is just going to be a train wreck.
We'll see. I'm psyched that the Chris Dominic show got separated a little bit so that we could,
Yeah.
see what happens later.
Well, because if they were going at each other, one of them was going to have to be gone soon. So now that they're separated, they can grow strength and then get back together and have the big war again. So it's like starting a rivalry and then separating them, letting it build, and then getting the rivalry back for the ultimate fight. So it's like it's a great recipe for a potential big showdown later.
Yeah, because I mean, let's see who can, get the troops on their side. That's going to be the key, right? Like,
Yeah, who has the better social game?
exactly, exactly. So,
And there's some things I want to talk about in the social game when Chris talks about some things a little bit later. This guy is just all right. Well, let's get to the immunity challenge. And do you like these blindfolded challenges where they gotta lead people to water and then
I
scream?
did one of those. I was
Okay.
a caller.
Okay, so you're the perfect person. So the caller is a huge deal in this. Tell us the goods and the bads. What do you want to do? What did you do good and what did you do bad as a caller?
So the caller, I got picked as the caller because I had the biggest mouth. So
No surprise.
you have to listen. You got to own it. You got to own yourself. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So, I mean, you got to be able to. You can't be like, turn to the left, turn to the right. You got to have some game there, right?
Right.
So, but you also have to be very specific,
Yeah.
and you can't get sucked into one person when the other people are like heading straight for an obstacle and gonna get like jammed in the
Well,
head.
as a viewer, you know at some point somebody's getting hurt because somebody's going to get shinned, somebody's going to get hit in the forehead, an elbow. Usually a shin or a leg gets destroyed.
A shin, a leg, and a private area.
Yes, that's
Usually, because the obstacles are usually just high enough to leave a mark.
I like that. I like that about this. I like this task. These are usually fun. They usually lead to a lot of ouch moments, and a lot of people. You see how they act under pressure. They don't understand the difference between screaming and projecting your voice, and screaming and
Right.
projecting, screaming, projecting. And then Desiree, like, she was like, "What is you doing?" Oh, so all right.
That was hard. But I actually loved the blindfolded puzzle challenge at the end.
I love that. I love that they kept the blindfold on. You have to lead them through, and you had to lead them all the way through. I love that. I hate puzzle tasks, but if you're gonna do puzzle tasks, put some new twist on it like this, which was awesome. I really enjoyed it,
That was
and
a great twist. I really liked that.
and it led to some really really cool moment because Malolo had a huge lead going in. They were at the puzzle, working on the puzzle before the other two tribes even got there, and because like Desiree is terrible at puzzles, and she was leading it again.
Well,
We
and
we already saw that she was terrible at puzzles once or twice already. Why is she in a puzzle? She should never touch a puzzle again.
she was the leader of the puzzle. Like
Yes.
everything was on her shoulders.
Yeah. So she gets
And
there and she's bad at puzzles again.
yeah. I mean that wasn't a hard puzzle. It was more in how you get people to do something, like
Yeah.
I did actually at Durham Challenge a puzzle blindfold just like that. I was the blindfolded person and they were telling me what to do.
No way.
Yeah, yeah. So it was super fun. And if you are clear with your instructions, well, you saw because the other two tribes that were way behind won, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah,
And they both came ahead of the team that was there first, and it's all about making clear directions and giving an order. One of the tribes, I forgot which one it was, had one person, just one. Even the other two were just standing there holding it, and one person was actually doing it. The
right.
other tribe had two people working together trying to get it in, and then Malolo was just screaming and yelling and just couldn't get anything working.
Yeah.
And
No,
it's
it
it,
wasn't it wasn't effective.
Yeah. See, Wendell had forgot one of those bags. They had to get those three bags, and in my head, I was like, why is he able to just run back? Why doesn't he have to take the whole tribe back with him and get the bag and then go through it again? I don't know how the rules work, but is that just
That's pretty much the rules because in one of the challenges that we were in, Rodney forgot a bag and he was on the opposite team as me and he had to run back by himself and then go through the
gotcha?
obstacle again
Got you. As long as that
by himself.
person goes through. Okay.
One person has to do it, not the whole tribe.
Okay, because in my head it's like, wow. I mean, if that whole tribe had to do it, that would have changed everything. But Wendell went from like a goat to a hero because he was like dead last, and then he got there and he was really on his game, and they won the whole thing.
Yeah.
So Wendell really stepped it up at the right time and surprised me. It's the
Yeah.
first time I've really been impressed by Wendell this whole season, to be honest.
Well, yeah, he hasn't had a lot of airtime, so now he's starting to get it.
Yeah,
And honestly, it's hard when you have so many people still in the game because not everyone gets a chance to be
you got to
live.
fight for airtime. Yeah,
It's 40 minutes, so you've got a small window to tell a story, and you have to tell the story about who loses, who goes home, blah blah blah. So
a lot of stuff gets lost.
A lot of stuff gets lost.
So something I don't want to have to get lost here. Did you see the Donathan and Chelsea's method of Donathan's gonna hold Chelsea and spin her rather than just the two of them standing side by side and just spinning the thing, one on one side, one on the other, spin, 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 spin. Like he was literally picked her up and spun her around. He's
That
the
was
cutest.
an interesting way to get it done. I mean, a little bit dizzy possibly, but
Donathan is the cutest player. I love watching him. He's adorable to me. All right, Ghost Island. Let's get to go. Oh wait, no Ghost Island either.
listen, they didn't have time for Ghost Island this time.
It's exactly what Jeff Probst said. I saw an interview with him where he said, you know, we expected a tribe swap, and then we went to 3 tribes. We had to tell a lot of stories, so we purposely didn't put in a Ghost Island for this episode because we wanted to build the story of the 3rd tribe.
You have to show 3. Now you're in 3 beaches. You got to show 3 tribes.
3 storylines.
Drama with 3. No Ghost Island. So to me, it wasn't like a big to do.
Right.
But I mean, I saw it all over Twitter. Like, oh my God, Ghost Island's not here. What's happening with Ghost Island? Ghost Island sucks.
Is like, that what they were saying? They were saying, "Oh my God, oh my God, darling, let me tell you, there's no Ghost Island this week, and I don't know if I like this." The season's called Ghost Island, and there's no Ghost Island.
I'm expecting Ghost Island. It's not here. What's going on?
I don't know. I'm just saying they better have some twists, or this Ghost Island thing's going to get pretty old, and it's not going to be a good season. So step it up, Probst. Let's go. All right. So let's talk, Chris. The newly formed tribe, what is it? Yanyani?
I don't know.
Yanuya. It's Nayanyuya. So Yanuya.
You figure it out. I have no clue.
It's the Yanuya tribe.
Chris is the Yanuya. I knew ya. I didn't know ya. And guess what? When it goes back to one tribe, it's not going to be I knew ya.
Did you know that Chris has done everything? Chris is like professional volleyball player. He's been he's currently like a model in 4 states.
I didn't know all of that, but now I do. So I'm glad.
I think he has a lot in common with vegans. Like, you just stand around a vegan long enough, you're going to know they're vegan. That's me. Just turned vegan, by the way, for been a little over a week. Check it out, Vlogging Vegan. It's my other YouTube channel. Anyway.
There you go. Okay.
Little cross promotion. Is he?
Yes.
Smart kid.
Yes.
Smart kid. I knew you were smart, Mama. You're raising some smart kids.
There you go.
We're going to talk vegans. Talk some veganism after this.
We'll talk some vegan. I'm not a vegan yet. So
not yet. You'll get there, Mama.
100% there, but
you'll get there. I got faith in you. All right, so is Chris's ego, and he doesn't understand, is he really this has no self-awareness, and that's like detrimental in the game, isn't it? Like he thinks he's kind of like the man running stuff right now.
I mean, he does think that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, it sounded like he thought that.
But nobody else thinks that, though. I don't see anybody else saying that, like, Chris is running this game.
I don't really see it either, but, you know, I mean, yeah, he's got some...
Could it be editing, or is it just there's no way he's running game?
There's no way he's running game.
Okay, good.
Because you can't edit the confessionals.
Right.
The confessionals are the confessionals.
When he purposely said, listen, this might not be beneficiary for me to talk as a model, to say that I'm not smart, because it might not be beneficiary.
Oh, leave him alone, the poor guy.
Oh, come on. The Survivor editors were just sitting there like this. Did he just give us that? Oh, my, that was a slam dunk. Thank you, Chris. I didn't even have to edit that. That was just
every season there is somebody that gives them something juicy.
Listen, I want to tell you, like, Amazing Race has got some great producers because they asked the right questions to get the right answers for me. Like, you asked me the right question, and it made it seem like I was so conceited, but they were like, so, do you think you'll be able to get your 5th win? I'm like, yeah, that's right. I'm looking for that 5th win. And they're like, how many wins? Show us. And I'm like, 5 wins, you know. And then when I say it and they edit it, it looks like, yeah, going for 5 wins. Like, I'm rubbing it in people's faces, and it's like, oh. But It doesn't look like they had to do that with Chris. It just looked like he's like,
I'm pretty sure he just like let it go. You know, it's there.
all right. On the new Malolo tribe, Angela's angry at her old tribe mate's betrayal. She and James proceed to inform her new tribe mates about the cracks in the old tribe. So, all right, James, what do you think about James this season?
I mean,
I
James hasn't had a lot of
he's
talk
so
time.
I think he's just so vanilla, and he hasn't been good at any task. There's nothing he's done has stood out besides being terrible at two tasks specifically. I seems like a nice guy.
He seems like a great guy. He's got the
Amazing shape.
perfect body. You
Yeah.
know, picture perfect.
It's not very useful
As
for him, but
Courtney Yates says, he has like the best posture ever.
I wish I had better posture.
I was like, okay, I need to mimic that. But yeah, he's got some relationship issues, and
it's the first time we've actually seen James. He told a story about Korea, coming here by himself and, you know, working hard. And it's such a great time to tell your story. And then that's when you know it's your swan song. You're ready to go home because you're about to hear your story. We don't hear from you for 6 episodes. And then all of a sudden you're like,
you're telling your story.
I'm telling my story as I'm walking. I'm about to leave. Thanks. That was great from Korea. All right. It was great to be here.
I felt bad, but they better hope for the merge pretty soon because they're not gonna. As Probst said, I don't think Malolo is gonna win one.
I know. He said, like, he literally said, Malolo, you may be one of the worst tribes ever in 36 seasons. You may not win anything. And nobody fought him on that. Not one person said, like, you know what, Jeff? No, we got this. We're about to get stuff together. They were just sitting there like, yeah, we're probably the worst ever.
Slim. I mean, you look around, you're like, yeah, we're not winning that. Yeah, we're probably, yeah, no. We'll see you next in 2 days.
Yeah. Elizabeth Green in the chat room is wondering, would James be the type of player that you want to keep around to the end because you know you can beat him in the jury?
I mean, the problem with yes, the answer is yes.
But I think there's a lot of those players right now.
Yeah, and the problem is there's so much game left and not a lot of people left on that tribe.
Yeah.
That you don't really have a choice. Either you're gonna go against the 3
right.
Naridi or Navidi or
Navidi.
Navidi.
Navidi. It sounds like Ziti.
Ziti, Navidi, Naridi. It's something. Yeah. So that's the issue.
Yeah. So I get it, and then it's all going to depend. It's all going to depend on who's there when everybody's merged together. Like, who still has numbers, what alliances are still strong, who made the new alliances. And I think James could have been a great person to take along, but I think it's way too early to be thinking about that person you're going to be sitting next to. I think you got to get through all of this garbage, get to the big merge, and then start working your game plan.
Because remember, what is it? There were 6 on each team.
No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Yeah, 5. It's 5. 5. Yep, 5 on all of them.
5. So now they're down to 4. So that's 14.
Yep, this is Dave.
They probably got like at least one more before the merge, possibly 2.
Oh, so we'll see if there's a lot of gameplay left. Let's get to this crazy tribal council. Jeff says Malolo may be one of the worst tribes. Nobody argues. I wrote like nobody even bothered to. They didn't say anything. They just sat there and took it.
We're gonna do this. We got this. Yeah.
All right, so Mama C, let me ask you the question that he asked everybody at tribal council. In the real world, do you lead with your head or do you lead with your heart?
I actually think I lead with my head.
I think I lead with my heart. I really do. I wish I led with my head more, but I do tend to lead with my heart.
Yeah.
like in the real world. But in the game, the 100% head. There's no heart involved in that game.
Yeah.
I may like become a huge bond with one person, maybe two other people, where my heart would get involved because I hung out with like people like Survivor Joe, like hung out with him for a week, and he's literally like blood family for life. Like
Right.
my whole family loves this dude,
Right.
and never met him, but you hang around with him for a week, and he's family for life.
Right.
Like certain people you just bond with like that, and then I think a
Exactly.
lot of people come to play the game, and a lot of people come to experience the game.
Yeah.
So I think when you come to experience the game, you're open to a lot more things, and when you come to play the game, think you miss out on a lot. And a lot of those people tend to get voted out early. Some of them stay till the end, but I don't think any of them enjoy it or appreciate the game as much as
Yeah.
people who come.
Nobody realizes how close you guys really that we really get out there. I mean, we get super close. I mean, honestly, on my season, I was struggling so much not to give Rodney the reward.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was like hurting me. I had
You didn't. I would think that in your head you'd be looking at him like, dude, you're such a big softy, like, because you're just tough on the inside. How did he get inside it? And he's like, did he like take him?
I am my bark is worse than my bite. Like I'm more tough with my words, but
Right.
inside I'm like, oh my god, you know, I cry at every Survivor. You know, when the family comes and all of that. But
Oh.
you know, like I was not faking at all when I was struggling. And you know, Mike and Sierra were telling me, don't give up your reward, don't give up your
Don't
reward.
do
You
that.
won this, you've got to do it. And
Yeah.
I looked at him and I was like, okay, I'm not ready yet. Just let me think a little bit longer. And then I just said, no, I'll keep it. But it pained me. It was really hard.
So yeah, I guess you're around the people the whole time, and you got nothing else to do but talk. I mean, there's no TV, there's nothing to
Yeah.
do, so the only thing to do is talk, and you get to know a lot about each other.
Yeah.
In the chat room, Envyfied said the merge is guaranteed at 13 because of the legacy advantage, right? It says you got to use it at 13 or 6. It has to be used at 13 or 6 for a reason. Maybe that's when what merges.
Oh, yeah, maybe. So we're right, but we're down to 14. So there's
Yeah.
one more.
At least one more, and then the
One more,
merge.
and then the merge. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. Malolo will be down to 3, and
Yeah.
then they'll merge.
And then they'll merge,
so
and then
Mike,
they'll all get voted out.
I mean, we don't even have to watch it next week. Mike is going home.
Bye, Mike.
See, Mike, I love you. You're adorable, but you're probably going home.
Right.
And that's that.
Yeah, we don't even have to talk about next week. That's next week's recap. So Angela stayed loyal to Michael. Angela stayed loyal, and Michael joined the former Navidi members in blindsiding James out of the game. How do you feel?
I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, I liked it. I like that. Michael's
yeah.
trying to play, though. Michael's trying to play. He's doing everything he can to try to play the game, and that's what I really appreciate.
Stay in the game
and
show some loyalty
without being shady or without being like real demonstrative or boisterous about it. He's playing the game, clearly playing the game.
Yeah,
I respect that.
I had to when Jeff didn't read the 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, wait a minute. I need to see who voted for who. Like I was fast forwarding, and I'm like, oh my god.
That's what I was like. Look at this dude. I had to write it down, James.
Little devil.
So I think that kind of leads me to what I'm going to say is the moment of the episode for me. The moment of the episode is, what do you think this episode will be remembered for? And I think it's James' head turn and then the eye stare of doom. He went,
yeah.
And then he gave him the eye stare of doom. I was like, oh.
That was definitely the episode. He looked at him like, you dog. Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, Mike and James never had a connection, but I don't think James connected with really too many people. He's just he didn't play the social game as well as he should have.
No, I mean he connected with Angela, but clearly that didn't help him.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think is the moment of the episode? What do you think? Any moments of this episode stand out for you that you think this episode is going to be remembered for? Maybe.
I mean, I think that Desiree's skill will be remembered.
Desiree's lack of skill, and
Yeah,
I think maybe the other thing that I had, maybe Chris is just
oh yeah,
his
Chris is.
narcissism, is not understanding that whole Chris little segment in the beginning. Um,
That'll be something that'll be remembered, and of course, all the Ghost Island stuff will be remembered.
oh yeah, the Ghost Island, definitely. People are gonna remember that there was nothing on Ghost Island again. Thanks. There's been more times that nothing happened on Ghost Island than something happened on the season called Ghost Island. By the way,
I know
step it up.
people are a little bit.
They started off really loving the season, and it's starting to turn on social media. I'll tell you that right now. It's
I
starting to be
know, but
put
I
into
don't
like
really understand
worst.
that.
It's
I think they're.
Reddit is already putting it into like the worst bottom 10 right now ever.
Listen, I
Is
think I Worlds Apart is like 27 out of 35. So I was like, I don't care about Reddit. I'm not even reading how
I'm
we
not
ranked
even
it
reading Reddit, so
because
I didn't
I
read it.
know
Reddit.
I was more than 27. Okay, so
Whatever,
put
Mama
that
C.
in your books.
Listen, trust me. I hear the same thing about my season. Like my season sucked because one team dominated it. Well, shut up.
Yeah,
Like, so you'll never like a season where one good team wins?
yeah.
Stupid faces. No, anyway, that leads me to one of the features I call, and that's why you're not going to win, which leads me to Chris and his zero self-awareness and the fact that he can't stop talking about himself and he doesn't understand that people get tired of hearing
Yeah, he's clearly clueless in that respect.
it. He's like,
Because
I'm hot.
everyone he's talking to is mentioning it.
Everyone
Everyone.
in their confessionals, with their time when they have to sit and talk by themselves, they're all talking about how narcissistic he is and how he won't shut up.
Yeah. So that's not a good recipe for winning the game.
But
If
is he
anyone's
the,
out there listening and thinking of playing the game, that's probably something you want to keep in your mind.
now? Is he the type of person you want to bring to the end, or is he not that type?
No, because I
Because he
mean,
could he win because he's like,
he
I was a
could get.
target the whole time. I was a muscle man, and I was a professional volleyball player, and I'm a model. Look at me, my abs.
Um,
I got 8-pack.
you know why I don't think he'll win is because even if he got to the end, I don't think so because I mean, you don't want to tell people how successful you are
Never,
in a
Russell.
game where people are, like striving to change their lives. You know what I
And
mean?
and you become so close to people that you're like, well, maybe she deserves it more than he does because
Right.
that person already has money. Like, oh, Russell Hanson's already rich. That's why he's never going to win because everybody knows he's already got money. So
Right.
I don't care how good of a gameplay you have, you're not going to win because we know you have money. So I get that, but that's what I thought like about Sandra, and that she wasn't going to win because she had already won already, but that didn't matter, right? Because she had won
Because,
again.
but she was sitting against Russell Hantz.
Right. So I guess that's why it's like you get a millionaire or somebody who earned a million on Survivor and give her a second. I mean, it's so cool. That's what makes Survivor Survivor, though. And I
You
hope
don't ever know what are in the minds of the jury.
at
That's
that time,
just
because it's their minds at that
it's that
time.
moment in time, and what triggered a thought in their mind, because they could go in there thinking they're voting for one person, and then you say something stupid, and they're like, "Okay, you're an idiot."
Uh,
Boom, I'm changing.
all right, now the sequester, where you guys go afterwards, and you're allowed to talk to each other. Can you like sway each other's votes?
Well, I don't know. I was never there.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you've talked to people who've been there, Mama C.
Boom.
I was never in sequester either,
I
but I've
know.
talked to people who've been there and they loved it. They said it's like a huge beach type house, and you get to eat all you food, and you get tours, and you go in places, and they keep you busy.
I
But
actually never asked about, how they decided. I never asked my people how they
right,
decided. But I do know that Ponderosa is a badass place.
right, it's called sequester. It's Ponderosa. Yeah, they actually it's cool because they still show some of that stuff online. If you
Yeah,
go to
they do
a
the
Survivor
videos.
YouTube page or CBS All Access, you can check out those, which are pretty cool.
Right.
I really wish they would still have that stuff for Amazing Race. I like that
Yeah.
behind the scenes stuff.
But I do think that they definitely talk. There's no question about it. Which is a benefit and a disadvantage all at the same time to some people or another, right? If one person is all high on you and they would like be saying, you got to vote for her, you got to vote for her, you got to vote for her, you want them to be able to talk. On the other hand, if it's the opposite, if they hate you,
Right.
then you don't want them to talk, right? So
Right.
they definitely, I mean, they're not in sequester by themselves. So there's talk.
Got you. All right, let's finish this up. Standout player of the week for me, it's going to be Wendell. It's the first time he really stood out to me, and he has never done it before, so it's the first time I'm really remembering him for a good reason. So good for you, Wendell, on coming back from worst to first in the immunity and leading your team to victory. So I'm going to go good on you there, Wendell. Who do you think stood out for you this week?
I also liked Wendell, but I also liked Mike.
Really?
And the reason why I liked Mike is because, you know, he was striving to, you know, do everything he can. He's at the bottom. He's been to every tribal council except for one. I mean, and he's still hanging on. And then he made a move this week.
Okay.
So
definitely mad at that.
Good for you, Michael.
Good on you,
only
Mike.
18. And I saw some pictures of you on Instagram. I'm not going to lie.
Mama C, stop it, Mama C. Listen, you could be like literally his Mama C.
I can't. He's younger than my kids, just for the record.
Oh, no.
But he's adorable.
He is adorable. He's a great looking kid. I can't lie. You look at him.
He's a nice guy. I mean, he seems like a nice guy.
And 18 is legal. He seems very mature for his age. Very mature for his age. Get him, Mama C. All right. So next week we got some Malolo flag burning. We got
some Malolo flag burning, and we got some Malolo tribal council. I mean, come on. You can burn the flag all you want, sweeties, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna see you.
Really? You don't think the drama that they showed between Dominic, Donathan, and Bradley, all of them raging at the same time, like that's not gonna be a tribal council type of rage?
We'll see. We'll see. It'll be a miracle. I mean, unless it's like
some weird endurance. It have to be like an endurance, maybe some sort of endurance task. Because sometimes you never know. One little person can make the difference in endurance. You just need one person, and a lot of times it's a girl who does endurance.
But they don't usually do endurance until
it's solo.
Right, till solo. So I don't know. We'll see.
I also watched a bonus clip of the reward task. So the reward is going to be for steak, chicken kebabs with a grill and all the spices.
Damn.
Yes, grill and spices is going to make a huge difference just to start, but never mind a steak and all chicken kebabs. Second place is just going to get chicken kebabs. Third place gets nothing. And then first place is going to send one to pick somebody from one of the two tribes to go to tribal council. They also, the task is something that we've seen before. It's I don't know how to describe it. I guess when everybody's kind of pulling on a rope and there's a disc in the middle and you got to balance blocks in the middle.
Oh, on the disc?
On the disc in the middle. So I
saw that. Yeah, that was in like Heroes versus Villains or
one of those
way back in the day.
So I like this task. It's got to work together. It's about endurance, about strength, and it's a little bit of skill, and a lot of teamwork involved. So I think I like these type of tasks.
Yeah, I didn't see the clip, but that's cool. When I won. It was me, Will, and Mike. We won surf and turf.
Damn, girl, we going to Red Lobster, Sizzler. Where we going now?
Yeah, it was
Outback good. Probably sponsored it, right? Like an Outback surf and turf. They always get a sponsor.
You know, I don't think we ever got like
sponsored
one of those like sponsors that they said.
Right.
We were in the middle of, you know, like an island where they just set up a table.
Just put a table right there.
Yeah.
Just put a little table there. It looks good on camera.
Yeah, that's it.
So, overall, I think this episode wasn't the best of the episodes. One of the worst of the season so far. But I want to see more Donathan. And I think next week you're going to see some Donathan. We're going to see some Dominic. Going to see some drama. I think we're going to start to see the things that people want to see: some gameplay and drama. Right? What do
Listen,
you watch Survivor for?
I watch Survivor. Listen, I don't really think it's a bad season. I think people need to settle down.
No, I like how it started. It started off great, but it's starting to fade a little bit, and it has to step up. Otherwise, it's going to start to. If it stays where it's at right now, it's not going to get better. It has to get better. It's
It
building.
always gets better at the merge.
Right.
Always
I agree
gets
because
better at the merge.
they don't have to scatter the stories.
Right. And you don't get to show a lot when, especially now, there's 3 tribes. You get 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there, 2 minutes there. So it's like,
there's no depth.
You're not gonna have a lot of story to tell. Once you're on the same island and everyone's there, the drama happens.
Now we're talking about things with Mama C here. Races recap, thumbs up and like and subscribe, and our friends in the chat room. We love and appreciate you, Mama C. You got anything you want to tell people about? Something you need to plug? You promoting something? You got a charity or something? You got appearances? What do you got?
I got
something
some
coming up?
Stuff happening. Yeah.
Tell them what.
I've got a radio show that
I know you do.
I know. I'm super psyched. It's going to start in April, so like middle of April. And so as soon as I have more of the details that I can share, I'll be sharing that and telling viewers how they can tune in.
Yeah.
And
see if you get a budget for a producer, then we can work together.
All right. I know.
You're talking about. So talking about 15 years, Dallin. 15 years. What are you talking about?
I mean, come on. And we got the same voice. Like,
hey, we're gonna work this out. Me and Mama C. That's the radio show. It's called Me and Mama C.
Me and Mama C. Yeah. And I've got a class that starts. I'm doing a wealth creators class.
Oh, look at you.
Look at me.
I need some wealth.
And it starts April 24th. You can go to my website, winwithcarolynrivera.com.
Oh, that's spelled with a W. Winwithcarolynrivera.com.
There it is.
Sign up. That's my girl, Mama C. Love you, Mama C.
Love you. Thank you.
We'll see you guys next week.
See you next week. Tune in.
Peace.
Peace.